Hello my fellow knights and warriors, this is my second part of the playthrough of the Streets of Stalingrad scenario for the squad leader game. We are in the turn 4 and the Soviet player is first to go. After 3 turns Soviets are winning on this part of the board, but they barely achieved something on this board. The Germans are still holding all of their buildings and they are pretty good condition. So let's go and continue our play, and we are starting with rally phase. So Soviets are first. This commander tries to rally his men. 5 plus 4 minus 2, so they are rallied. And now them 5, so they are rallied as well. That's pretty good for them. They try to repair this constantly breaking machine gun, and not now. He tries to rally these 2 squads. First one, no effect. Second, no effect. So I can remove marker from here. Now they are fine. This squad needs to be rallied. 5, they are rallied. And here they are all fine. No, they are not. And they remain broken. Okay, so I think that's all for the Soviets. Oh no, this one. This leader in the factory. So let's make it. It's 12, so this squad goes to graveyard. And now Germans. So this leader tries to rally this squad, fails. He hasn't anyone to rally. He has. So they are back to normal. He hasn't. He hasn't. He has. 10 minus 3, so this is 7. They are fine. He hasn't. He has. 4. They are fine. Okay, so there was a lot of rallying in this turn, and here let me see if yeah, this is a leader, so he may try to rally himself. 7, so no, he remains broken. And now, okay, so that's all. There was a lot of rally stuff in this phase. Now we have Soviet prep fire phase. So where I'm going to fire, I will start with my tanks. So this tank fires on this Stuk. This is prep fire phase, so I don't have to worry about this Stuk moving. So I need 10 when I'm targeting enemy tank, and I have minus 2 because he's on the adjacent hex. So okay, I hit him, and now I need 5 to kill him, because I'm firing with 76mm gun against enemy tank, enemy Stuk from the front, and this is Stuk, so it is +1 for my die roll. So I need 5 or less to destroy him, and I got 5. So this Stuk goes kaboom. Let's flip it on the wreck side, and it has crew survival of 4. So now I have to make a roll, and if I will get 4 or less, the crew survives. Nope, they are not. So that's all for the prep fire. So one Stück down. Now this tank fires on this Stück, so same situation. 11. So I failed, because these are 2 hexes range, so I don't have a modifier for the 1 hex range. So no, he fails. Now my other 2 tanks. This one fires on this hex, so I need 8, and I hit them. So now this is 8 plus 3, and this is 9, so no effect. And now it fires with its machine gun, so 4 plus 3, it's 7. Not enough, still. I haven't good luck with firing with these tanks so far. Now this tank, I'm going to fire here. This is I need 8, so this is 7, so I hit, and now the effect, it's 6 plus 3, 9, no effect, and now machine gun, 4 plus 3, no effect. I wonder if I should find some other use for these tanks. Now here, they are back to normal, so I can fire on this hex. So this is 12 plus 3 minus 2. So this is 12 plus 1, 8. 8 in the column of 12, this is morale check plus 1. 6 plus 1 is 7, they are fine. They are not firing, I'm going to move them instead. Now they are firing here, or maybe there. It's 4 plus 3 minus 1, no effect. Nothing there. This tank was destroyed, and now this group. 4, 8, 10, 14. So I'm firing here, they are in the wood building. So it's 12 plus 2. It's 9. And 9 plus 2, it's 11. 11 in the 12, this is no effect. Who else? They have 6, and they have 6, 10, 14. So they will have total of 26, and here it will be plus 2 for the firing on the hex below the armored fighting vehicle, and plus 2 because of the wood building. So it is 26, so it's 24 plus 4. It's 13. No effect. Okay. And now here. Most of these units are, most of these hexes are simply filled with piles of left weapons. Well, they can fire here. They have 8 plus 3. It's 6 plus 3, 9, no effect. Okay, is that all? I believe yes. I think I haven't much else to do now, so I can go into the Soviet movement phase. 1. And now this fires at them. I believe they have a line of sight. Yeah, they have. So this is 6 minus 2, 11. This is a miss. Let's place a target marker here. And they continue their advance there. So now I have to mark them at Desperation Morale. This one moves here, so they can fire at him with 8 plus 3. No effect. And target marker. There. This unit walks here. And this one 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Now that would be all in this zone. So now here. As long as they are here, they are making my movement there hard. But I feel quite secured here. I mean, my factory is in my hand. There isn't any single German hex which is occupied. There isn't any hex which is occupied by Germans, so it's fine. And now all I have to do now is to hold these hexes. Of course, these Stuks here might be a problem, but well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now they are firing at me. They have 14, so it's 12 plus 2. It's 10. In the column of 12, this is no effect. And target marker. One. I will try 2. And now they are firing with 6 minus 2. 11, they fail. Great. So let's place target marker, and it was 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3. This Stuk cannot fire because it hasn't machine gun behind the slash. If there is a machine gun factor behind the slash, then it can fire all over the vehicle, just like in the Soviet tanks. But now it can, without factor behind the slash, it can fire only in its covered arc. So no. Okay, that's all for them. Now these two. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And commander moves here. They are standing here in the building, feeling safe. This one moves here. This one walks there. 1, 1.5, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And now this gun can fire at them. Do they want to? it will be harder to hit them because they moved, it will be +2. So no, a gun crew decides that they are not target worth of their attention. So that's all for the Soviet movement. I think yes, that's all for the Soviet movement. And now we are going into the German advancing defensive fire phase. So he's firing here. So this is 6 plus 3, 9. No effect. My Death Star cannot see anyone. This 6 fires here with +3, 7 +3, no effect. They are firing here, so they have 6 and 8, so this is 12 +3 and 8. Oh, this can be a good shot. So yeah, this is morale check +1 for the Soviets. So first one passes, second one fails, and the third one fails. So 2 of them break. 1 and 2, and the last one is fine. So let's put it on the top. Defensive fire. They are firing on this hex too, so this is 8 +2, no effect. Now here. Okay, time for my guns to go. So this gun fires on this hex. This is I need 8 and I hit. So now this is 105 millimeter gun, and 100 millimeter gun hits with 16. Okay, so this hex plus it is, let me check, wood. Yeah, this is wood hex. So it's 16 +2, 9. 9 in the column of 16. This is morale check +1. So the first Soviet squad, they pass. The second, they pass. Okay. This one fires on this building too. So same situation. First to hit, and they missed because they needed 8. They can't see anyone. This gun fires here, so this is 8 and plus no, simply 8. This is a hit, and now let's check for the result. I have 75 millimeters guns, so this is 8 and 8 +3, no effect. This gun fires on this tank. So this is enemy vehicle, so I need 10 to hit them. And I hit. And now, Stuk 3 has 75 millimeters, so I need 6. Because they have armor piercing ammo. So this is, I need 6. And I got 9, no effect. They are firing on this hex, so they have, or maybe on this hex. This is a better target. So they have 16 +3 -1, so it's 16 +2 and 11. I think no effect. 11 in the 16. Yes, no effect. No good. And they are firing here. 8 plus 3. It's 4. Oh, that's good. So it's 7 in the column of 8. Morale check plus 1. Oh yeah. 2 tests. First one passed. The second one passed. So Germans were lucky, but Soviets were lucky too. And now this stack, they have 8 and 4, so they have 12. They are firing here, and they are firing from behind their own tank, so they don't get negative modifier. So this is 8, so this is 12, and plus 2 minus 3. So it's 12 minus 1 and 6. In the column of 12, this is morale test plus 2. Oh, that's bad. First Soviet squad passes, second fails. So this one breaks. And this is everything when it comes to the German defensive fire. There was a lot of firing, yes. And now we can remove defensive fire markers, track markers, and next we have Soviet advance fire. So they are advancing and they are firing here, so they have total firepower of 12 plus 3. It is 7, so it's 10 in the column of 12, no effect. Who else? Well, them. It's 2, 4, and so it's 6 and 10. It's so it is total firepower of 8. They are in the wood building. So it's 8 plus 2 and 5. 5 in the 8. This is morale check plus 2. So first the one squad, first this squad, they pass, and the second squad they break. So this squad breaks, and they are marked as advancing fire. I cannot see any more good opportunities to fire, so that's all for the advancing fire. And next we have road phase. So Soviets first to road, nothing here. These two, well, they cannot, because there are already two squads here, so only one of them can actually road on this hex. Let's put him below, so we know that he is with Desperation Morale, while the other two are not. And let's mark him with Desperation Morale to remember that he still has this marker on. Now, there. This hex is occupied by 3 squads, so they cannot escape here. So that's all for the Soviets, and now Germans. This squad has to run. Let's see. They cannot run away here, because they will be in the range of fire of them. They cannot run here, because they will be adjacent to them. And they cannot run here, because they will be adjacent to Soviets. And due to this fact, they are going to graveyard. And that's all for the Soviets, I think. For the Germans, yes. So now we can go with advance. They are advancing on this hex, and this results with close combat. This one wants to advance on this Stuck hex, so they have to undergo morale check. 7, they passed. So I am marking them with close combat. This group advances here, they are advancing there, commander advances with them. This commander, let him stay where he is. I've been thinking of moving him here, but he will be in danger of being fired by these guns, so no, I'm not going to put him on such a dangerous position. And now I think I don't have much to do with them. I'm actually thinking if it wouldn't be a good idea to put some of them back on this board, on this half of the board, to help these soldiers who aren't doing very well. I hope that these two tanks will help, but looks like they aren't enough. And I am not making any movements in the factory. I'm fine where I am. So that's all for the Soviet. No, that's not all. Oh, and one more thing I forgot. Here. They were broken, so they had to rally to road, and they are routing here and there. And now Soviets are advancing here and there. And due to this fact, we have close combat here. Okay, sorry for that mistake. So, let's go and resolve close combat. First here, 6 versus 4. So Soviets have 3 to 2 and the Germans have 1 to 2. So Soviets need 6, Germans need 4. Soviets? No. Germans? No. So it turns into melee. Here, Soviets have 8, Germans have 4, and the Germans are attacking single Soviet squad, so they have 1 to 1, while Soviets have 2 to 1. So Germans need 5, Soviets need 7. Germans? No. Soviets? Yeah. So Soviets won, Germans are dead, close combat is out. And now here I am attacking this this gun, and my strength is 4. So to destroy this gun, I need to roll 4 or less. Not an easy thing to do, but let's try. Nope. And now I have to back on the hex where I came from. So this hex. So attacks versus enemy vehicles are not locking you in the melee. This is important thing. And that would be everything when it comes to the Soviet part of this turn. Yes, that's all. So now we can go into the German half of the turn 4. Let's carry on with German part of the turn 4. We are starting with rally phase. And now, which of the German units needs to be rallied? They are all fine. This commander tries to rally a squad here. He got 8, so no. They are fine. He is fine. He hasn't anyone to rally. Now this commander tries to rally himself, and he does. They are fine. They are fine. And that's all for Germans. And now Soviets. They are fine. These two are without desperation morale, so 7 and 4, they are fine. And now the one with desperation morale, no, nothing. Here we can remove desperation morale. Now there, I believe they are all fine. No, they need help and they are back to normal. I haven't commander here, no. Nothing, so that's all fine. Now let's try to repair this machine gun. No, it remains broken. And I think this is everything that I can do. Yes, that's all. So let's go to the prep fire phase. Oh, one more thing. I can remove this desperation morale marker. So now let's go to the German prep fire phase. My Death Star finally has a proper target, so they are firing here with 16 plus 3 minus 2. So it's 16 plus 1 and 6. That's good. 16 and the 6. This is morale check plus 2. 10 plus 2, 12. Soviets are broken. They are firing here, so it's 6 plus 3. Oof, no effect, and my machine gun breaks. They are firing here, so they have 6 and 6, so this is 12 plus 2, 8. 8 in the column of 12, this is morale check plus 1. A leader, 11, so he breaks. Squad, they break. And now they have to take another check because leader was broken. And they are fine. They are firing here, so they have 6 plus 8, 14, so 12 plus 3 and 7. Morale check plus 1 for the good order one. Passed. No, this was plus 1, so they break. And for the broken one, 6 plus 1, 7, they passed. But they have to take morale check, desperation morale marker. Okay. No, only these two. Prep fire and prep fire. This one fires there. So it's 8 plus 2. It's 7. Morale check plus 1. So the first one, they break, so they are out. And the second one, they break, so they are dead. That was quite a shooting. Now I can try to assault this building with Germans, I think. Interesting. Let's go to this board, this part of the board. This gun fires here, so I need 8 to hit. I got 6, so I hit. And now they are firing with 16 plus 2. It's 7 in the column of 16. Morale check plus 2. So good order one, they break, and broken one, they are dead. Looks like these self-propelled guns are something. This one fires here, so need 8 to hit, and now this is again 16 plus 3, it's 9. 9 in the column of 16, morale check plus 1. 10, they are broken. Even being fanatics is not saving them. And now, oh, I forgot here, but let's do it here. They can also fire with their own machine gun with 6. So another hit on this building with 6 plus 3. It's 5 plus 3, 8. 8 in the column of 6, no effect. Oh no, no defensive fire, but prep fire. They are firing on this hex, so they have 6. They are in the wood building, yeah. So it's 6 and plus 2 minus 2. 7, 7 in the column of 6, morale check. So the first one, they are broken. A second one, they are also broken. Good. Prep fire. Now here. This gun fires there. It's 75mm gun, so it will be 8, not 16. So first to hit I need 8, and I missed. And now this infantry here. Well, I'm not going to fire with this infantry. And now these two squads, they have 16 plus 3 minus 1. So it's 16 plus 2. So it's 8. 8 in the column of 16. This is morale check plus 1. So the first one, they pass because they are in the factory, so they are fanatics and their morale is higher than 1 by 1. And the other one also passes. That wasn't very lucky. This Stuk fires on this T-34. So I need 10 to hit. It's 5, so I hit. And now to kill, I need. This is 75mm anti-armor piercing, so it's 6. And no other modifiers, so I need 6 or less. I got 4, so he goes kaboom. And now it's crew survival roll. 5, so we have a Soviet crew. On the adjacent hex. Okay. So 2 Soviet tanks are already dead. That's great. So that's all for the for the German prep fire, and now German movement. This one is broken, so I cannot move it. They are doing fine here, so I'm going to hold this building. And now this squad, it moves. 1, 2, 3, and now these Soviets are firing at them. So they have 4 minus 2. It's 7, minus 2 is 5. 5 in the column of 4. This is morale check plus 1. Let's see if they can make it. Yes, they made it. So defensive fire and target hex. And they are not moving any further. So that's all for this board. Now that board. Let's see if Germans can do much. This squad goes here. They are making a risky movement, but if I want to achieve something in this factory, I have to play risky. So 8 minus 2. It's 9 minus 2 is 7. 7 in the 8. This is morale check plus 1. 7, they made it. Okay, that's good. And now let's mark them as defensive fire. Here we can place target marker. And now and here I have to place desperation morale. So I'm going to move there. And now these Soviets are firing at me. They have 8, so this is 16 plus 3 minus 2. So it's 16 plus 1. It is 8 plus 1, 9. 9 in the column of 16, this is morale check plus 1. 6 plus 1, 7. I survived this. Okay. So now I can take this light machine gun with me. They are marked as defensive fire and target hex. Alright, so that was good. Now this squad armed with flamethrower moves here and then there. Oh, but wait a moment. When they were here, anyone maybe fire at them? No, because these two hexes are blocked effectively by my Stuks, so they cannot fire at me. And no, okay, that's fine, so I can go here. And now this hex, he's broken. They already fired, so no one can fire at me. Good. And finally this squad, it moves 1, I will keep it here, simply. I'm not going to make a big stacks here, because such a big stacks can be easily destroyed by enemies. And now this commander, let me see, I will move him closer. So that's all for the German movement. Yes, that's all for the German movement, nothing else to do. So now we have a Soviet defensive fire phase. They are firing here. It's 12 minus 2 plus 3. It's 8 in the column of 12. It's 9, sorry, because it's plus 1. So 9 in the column of 12. This is morale check for Germans. They passed. This tank fires here. 8 to hit. And now 8 as infantry fire equivalent. Oh, it's 3. 3 plus 3. So 6 in the column of 8. This is morale check plus 1. First the German leader. He passes. Now his men. First squad. They are broken. Second squad. They are broken. And the third squad, 9, they are broken, because there is plus 1 and minus 2 for the leader, so they are also broken. Now this is complicated, and now it fires with machine gun, so it's 4 plus 3. No effect. But that was hellfire. This tank fires here. It hits, and now 7 plus 3, no effect. It's machine gun, 4 plus... oh, machine gun breaks. Let me check. Is there a way to... this is for the... oh, MG status, right. Okay. It's MG malfunctioned. Nothing to do here for Soviets, and now there. I cannot fire at them because all my units here are broken or already fired, so no. This tank hasn't anyone in range. They 4, 8, 12, 14, 18. So 18 plus 2. So it's 16 plus 2, 11. Come on, they failed. and now, well, they have nothing else. They haven't any of their own machine guns that break easily. So who else? I think that's all. Yeah, looks like that's all for the Soviet defensive fire. So let's remove defensive fire markers, let's remove truck markers, and now advancing fire. Not much of the advancing fire actually. Well, here. Ah, yeah, my beloved flamethrower. It pours the flames on this hex, so it has 20 and no modifier. It's 4. Oh, that's great. 4 in the column of 20. This is killed in action. So this commander and and these 2 squads are literally burnt. Off to graveyard you go. That was something. Now they are firing here, so they have 8 plus 2, so it's 10. Because they are firing on the adjacent hex after movement, so their firepower is halved and then doubled. So it is 10, so it's 8 plus 3, no effect. So that's everything when it comes to the advancing fire. So we can remove advancing fire markers, and now we have a road phase. So this is German advance. So I'm not going to retreat from this hex. I am going to stay here. Here none of the Germans have to road, and there no one. Okay, so now Soviets, they are routing here just to be safe. They remain in this building. There is a single squad here, and there are 1, 2, 3 squads there, so I cannot route into this building. So they are remain and oh, they have to route because there is enemy on the adjacent hex. So how many squads here? 3, 3, and 1. So I can only route onto this hex. I cannot retreat anywhere else. No broken units here, and now this one also has to route because there is enemy on the adjacent hex, so it routes here. Let's place them in the proper order. Okay, and that's all for the road phase, I think. Yes, that's all. So next we have advance phase, and the Germans are advancing, certainly. This one advances here. This one advances there. This one advances here and takes Soviet light machine gun. So we finally made some progress into this factory, so maybe we'll be able to achieve something. This one moves here. This one goes here and takes light machine gun. And this commander with a squad moves there. They remain on this hex. And now here, this squad moves there. So now this squad is marked with DM. Only this squad, no any other. But this will cause troubles for Soviets here, because they will have to get this building back. And this squad is joining this melee here. Okay, so that's all for the German advance, and now close assault. Here we have 8 versus 6, so it's 3 to 2, and Soviets are attacking single German squad, so they have 6 versus 4, so it's also 3 to 2. So both sides need 7. For Germans, they made it. Soviets, no. So Soviet squad is dead. It was a good idea to bring this squad here. I have this building under my control again. That's all for the close combat. I think there weren't any other close combats here around. No, there weren't. So this is the end of the German actions, and this concludes turn 4. Okay, so let's carry on with turn 5. So we cannot rally this one. Now this leader, he tries to rally himself first, and he fails, so he cannot rally. I can only remove this desperation morale. No broken units here, and now there. Let the leader try to rally this squad, and he fails, so I cannot remove desperation morale because of the German unit on the adjacent hex. Now let's try to repair this machine gun. It is disabled completely. They are fine. They are fine. Nothing to do here. There. So I think that's all for the Soviets in the rally phase. Yes, looks like that's all. So now Germans. This leader tries to rally these 3 squads. So first one, it's 5, plus 4 it's 9, minus 2 is 7, so they are back to normal. Second one, 11, they remain broken, and the other one, it's 7 plus 4 minus, no, they are broken. I can only remove desperation morale. He hasn't anyone to rally. Well, he has 6, so they are back to normal. He hasn't anyone to rally, and now there. He hasn't, so he, and he. Okay, no anything that should be fixed on German side, I believe, no. So that's the end of the rally phase. And now we have Soviet prep fire phase. Okay, so who is going to fire now? This tank fires on this hex, so I need 8. I got it. So now hit 4 plus 3, it's morale check plus 1. So leader, he breaks. Oh my, that's bad. This squad, they break. This squad, they are broken, and it's natural 12, so they are destroyed. And this squad, they are broken again, so they are destroyed. And now, because leader broke, this squad has to undergo another morale check. 7, they are fine. Now that was destructive. And now it fires with its machine gun on them, so it has 4 plus 3, it's 7, no effect, I believe. Yes, no effect. They are firing here, so this is 12 plus 3 minus 2, so it's 12 plus 1. And this is 4 in the 12 column. This is morale check plus 3. This one breaks. This one also breaks. Okay, that doesn't start well good for Germans. Here they are firing on this German squad which is about to occupy this building, so they have 8 and it is doubled because of the adjacent hex, so this is 16 plus 3 and 5 plus 3, this is 8. 8 in the column of 16, this is morale check plus 1. 7. Germans made it. And now this tank, it fires on this hex. It can still fire because it has its bow machine. It has its machine gun disabled, but main gun still works. So here I have a hit. Now let's check for the result. 5 plus 8. This is morale check only. And they passed. Okay, so that's all here. And now this board. This Russian tank hasn't any good target, so it's not going to fire. Now, other Soviets. I have 8 here. And I am firing here, so it is 8. It's 5. 5 in the column of 8. This is morale check plus 2 for these Germans. 12, they break. Who else? Well, they have to lose their concealment. So they have 12 versus 8, and they have to double their firepower because of the adjacent hex. So this is 24 plus 3. It's 11 in the 24. This is morale check plus 1 for Germans. 8, oh, but it was plus 1. And only because of this damned plus 1 they break. Oh, and they have this annoying flamethrower, so I need to do something. Okay, I have to remove this and they are going to fire, so they have 2, 4, 6, 8 and 12. So it's again 24, and I'm going to join my fire with them. So this is 24, 30, 24, and 6, 8, 14, and 28. So 24 and 28, this will be 36 or more, plus 3. It's 9, and plus 3, it will be 12, so this is morale check plus 1 for Germans. 8, they passed. Lucky them. Come on. I cannot. Now this hex contains broken units only, so it cannot fire. And anyone else? Well, yeah, they. 4, 8, 12, 14, 18, 18 plus 2. It's 9 in the column of 16. This is morale check plus 1. So German leader, he passes, and now German squad. 10 plus 1, 11, minus 2, 9, so they break. Okay, I believe this was pretty good prep fire phase for Soviets. And now Soviet movement. I'm starting with this tank. 1, 2, 2.5, 3.5, 3, 3.5, and I am changing my facing like that. These Stuks cannot change their facing during defensive fire because they are self-propelled guns. They haven't turret, so they cannot simply change their facing. They have to move to change their facing. So that's bad for them. I can attack them from the rear, which will be much more effective. I think that I should move here. So I will be on the adjacent hex, which provides me a better chance to score a hit on them, even after I moved. Okay, so that's all. Now, this squad moves here, and then it goes below this tank. So let's place it below to remember that they aren't above the tank but below the tank. 1, 1.5, and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should do the trick. Now I wonder if I should really move some of my units on this side of the board, because my Soviets here are not doing very well, actually. Now I'm going to move my leader here. He wasn't firing, so I can use him like that. And now 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1.5, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is risky action, but well, I failed to capture any of these buildings, and I need to capture at last 2 of them and make sure Germans won't be able to capture any. So yes, I have to do something. And now here, let me see. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, no, 3, and they will finish their movement here. And now this one moves here, this one moves 1, 2, 3, so they will be able to attack this Stuk if it will get any closer. It cannot fire at them because they aren't in its covered arc, and Stuks cannot change their facing. But now, as they moved here, they are in the line of sight of these Germans, so they can fire at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, so they are in the range. It's 4 plus 2. Oh my, that's 5. 5 in the column of 4, morale check plus 1. 9, they are broken. Okay, that was lucky shot. Okay. The biggest problem for Soviets is this location, because Germans made some progress here, and even so, they have this nasty flamethrower that can kill a couple of your units with a single shot. So this is a problem. I have to do something about it. And well, I don't have any good idea how to make it. Okay, so that's all for the Soviet movement, I think. I want to keep some of my units here because, well, I would need some good reserve. But one more thing. This commander, I would really love to place him here to rally these units, but the problem is that if I will move anywhere here, then this gun will get me. So I need to move in the way that I will make sure that he will be their safety. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he moves on this hex. Okay. Or maybe not. Wait. If he will go here, he's going to invoke defensive fire of these Germans. So no, he's not going to move here. And even if they will fire on this hex, he will be safe. So let him stay here, and we will see if we will need him on any other hex. So that should be all. And now let's check for the any other Soviet units that I want to move. Well, they are kinda imprisoned in this building, because if they will move here, they can get defensive fire from these Germans. So no, they are not going to do so. It is too risky. So that's all for the Soviet movement. And now let's go to the German defensive fire phase. So here. Nothing to do here, but they can fire. They are firing with 12 on this hex, and 10, this is nothing. As for them, they cannot see anyone. They can fire here. It's 8 plus 3. Nothing. They can't see anyone. They can fire on this hex, so this is 8 plus 3. And this is epic miss. And now here. My Stuks, of course, Stuks have to do something. So this Stuk fires here. They missed because they needed 8 and they get 10. This Stuk fires on the same hex and it hits, so it's 4. And now it fires with 105mm gun, so it gets firepower of 16. Plus, this is wood or stone building? Wood building, so it's plus 2, and 6 plus 2 is 8. It is 8 in the column of 16. This is morale check plus 1. So the first Soviet squad, they break, so they are dead. And the other Soviet squad, they get 7, so they are fine. So this one is to be deleted. And now this gun fires with machine gun here, so it's 6 plus 2. It's 7. 7 in the column of 6. This is morale check. And Soviets made it. This one could do the same actually, so let's go. 6 plus 2, no effect. And now, this gun cannot see... yeah, it can see this hex, so it fires here. It hits, and now it is 75mm, so it's 8. And 5 plus 3, it is normal morale check. So this Soviet squad, They passed and they go berserk. That's not something I really want, but well. Now them, they pass, and them, they pass. And now it fires with its machine gun, so it's 6 plus 3, no effect. Now this gun fires on this hex again, 75mm gun, so it hits, and now it's 10 plus 3, a miss, and now it's machine gun, 6 plus 3, miss. Any other Germans? Well, they have 8 and they are targeting this hex, so it's 8 plus 3 minus 1, so it's 8 plus 2, 9 plus 2, 11, miss. So they are kinda die-hard guys. They survived many shots from the close direction. And now here, the ones that are inside the factory. There is a pile of dispossessed weapons. Okay, here we have Germans, but they cannot see anyone. And now they can fire with this amazing flamethrower. So they are targeting this hex, because this is a, well, the most juicy target. These Soviets here are, I believe, in the yes, this is wood building. But I can, while I am firing with flamethrower, I can ignore buildings. So this is 20 and 9. Oh, 9. Oh, 9. Because we are out of fuel. But well, we still hit. But we cannot. We have to get rid of this flamethrower. It was good, but no more. And 9 in the column of 20. This is morale check plus 1. And now, leader, he passes, and now these 3 remaining squads. First one passes, second one breaks, third one passes. So only this squad breaks. Not that bad. I was afraid for the much worse result. And now they are firing with their own inherent firepower. So they have 8, it is doubled, so they have 16 plus 2. It's 9 in the column of 16. Morale check plus 1 again. Oh my. So the leader, he passes. First squad, they break. The one which is already broken, they break, so they are dead. And this one, they break. Okay. So their own firepower was much more much more dangerous than flamethrower. And that's all when it comes to the defensive fire. Yes, that's all. So now we can remove all the defensive fire. We can remove track markers. And now we have Soviet advancing fire. And now these two are firing on this hex, so they have 8 plus 2. It's 4 plus 2, so it's 6. 6 plus 6 in the column of 8. Morale check plus 1. So German leader. Oh my, 12. He breaks. I wonder if this fate result that makes you destroy a unit when it gets natural 12 during the morale check affects the leaders too. This is something I need to check. So, sorry, fate. An infantry unit attempting to rally. And should a broken leader... Okay, no. No, this is only when the unit attempts to rally. So no, he simply breaks. Okay. And now this unit 7, but it is +1, so they break again, and because of that they go to graveyard. Okay, that's all here, so let's mark them with advancing fire. And now my tank. My tank fires at this Stuk. This is going to be harder because we are firing in the advance phase after the movement. And if tank fires after the movement in the advance phase, it gets +5. So we get +5, but we are firing from the adjacent hex, so we get -3. So total modifiers are +5 and -2, so this is +3. And we need 10 to hit him. So we hit him. Okay, that's great. And now we are hitting this Stuk from below. And when you are firing from the rear, you need natural 10. You need 10 or less to hit. And this is Stuk, so we get +1. So let's see. 7 + 1, 8. So this Stuk is dead. Let's place a wreck. Let's roll for crew survival. They weren't that lucky. They are dead. Okay, that was a lucky shot. Now, any other advancing fire? They already fired here, so no. No, I don't see any good positions to perform advancing fire, so let's remove advancing fire markers. And now road phase. So who is going to road? First here they need I mean, they are broken and they are broken, so I have to check if the unit which is adjacent to the enemy broken unit has to route itself, because I'm not quite sure about it. Routing. Must not remain adjacent to the enemy units. Yes, even if even if broken, must go away. Okay, so I have to get out, even if they are broken. So I cannot retreat here because this hex is in the line of sight and line of fire of these Germans. I cannot go here. This is another way which is out of option for me because of them. So I can move here, there. I need to check if this hex is not in the line of sight of them. Yeah, no, this one provides some protection, and they move there. Now, any other Soviets? Well, yeah, here. They are adjacent to the German units, so they have to rally. So they are moving here and there with a leader. This one roads here. This hex is fine, and there. Let me place them below. They are fine, so they don't have to they don't have to rally. They don't have to road because there are no adjacent enemy units. Nothing to do here. So I think that's all for the Soviet road. And now Germans. They can remain here. They can remain there. So that's fine. Oh, I forgot. He has to road as well, because of the enemy unit on the adjacent hex. Okay. So Germans. This leader has to road, so he moves 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe even here, 5, 6. This squad roads here. This squad roads there. And that's all, I think, when it comes to Germans. Yes, that's all for the Germans. So next we have Soviet advance phase. And now I will advance with a single squad here, trying to get them out of here. So maybe I will be able to capture this building anyway. They are entering this hex, starting the close combat. They are moving here, there, 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 there. Okay. And now, well, I need to do something with them. They are too dangerous to let them stay here. So I am making my close assault with these 2 squads on this hex, starting close combat. This squad moves there. These 2 squads move here. These berserkers go there. And my leader moves here. And now I want to, I can, well, no. My plan was to move them onto this Stück and attack it with close combat, but this Stück was already destroyed by T-34, so nothing to do. So I am assaulting this building now. It is pretty safe because there are only a couple of commanders here without any real German units, so that should be pretty easy. They are broken, so I need to rally them first. And that would be all for the Soviet advance. Oh no, I will try to make an advance on this Stück. So they are taking morale check, they passed, so they can move here, and they have to be marked as close combat. So let's resolve our close combat. Let's start here. I need natural 2. So of course I failed, so they are returning on their hex, achieving nothing. And now here I have 6 plus 6, so this is 12 versus 8, so it's 1 to 3 to 2, and Germans are targeting one of these squads, so it's 8 plus 6, so it's also 3 to 2. So they have so both sides needs 6. Soviets, they made it. Germans, they made it. So they simply killed their targets. So one Soviet squad is destroyed, and the German squad is destroyed as well. We get rid of Germans, but we had to pay for this. And now here, this is 8 plus 4. So Soviets are attacking with both of their squads, so they have 2 to 1, and the Germans are targeting single German squad, Soviet squad, so they have 1 to 1. So Soviets need 7, Germans need 5. Soviets, they made it. Germans, they made it. So the same situation. German squad is obliterated, but one Soviet squad is destroyed too. The level of losses which is acceptable for the Soviet High Command. And that's all for the Soviet actions, I think. Yes, that's all for the Soviet actions. So this concludes Soviet actions in the turn 5. And now Germans. Let's go with rally phase and Germans. No commander here. There is a commander here, so he can try to rally this squad. Oh, this squad is down. Oh, sorry, my mistake. My mistake, yes. The commander goes first, so first commander should rally himself, and he gets 12. So, I believe he goes down, and now this squad must undergo another morale check because the loss of the commander. 5, they passed. But they cannot rally themselves, so they are remaining here with a pile of dead of light machine guns. Okay. So that's the end of my Death Star. Looks like this tank was a Luke Skywalker here and destroyed this Death Star completely. And now nothing to do here, there, there. This commander tries to rally himself, and he made it. This commander tries to rally this squad. 9. He can't. And that's all for Germans. That's all. Now Soviets. He doesn't have anyone to rally. This squad can remove Desperation Morale. This commander has 3 units to rally. So the first one, no. Second one, yes. And the third one goes down. So only a single unit is rallied. Now here. This is a squad, so I can remove Desperation Morale. This commander tries to rally this squad, so he has -1 and +4. And no effect. Here I can remove Desperation Morale. So do here. This is squad. Let me see. Yes, that's squad. And nothing more for the Soviets. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about here. So this commander, he rallies himself. Now he tries to rally the squad. 8. But he provides -1, so the squad is fine. And now they try to fix the machine gun. They made it. So this is, I believe, 3rd time when this machine gun is fixed after being broken in the entire game. Ha! Amazing. Now this Soviet commander tries to rally these 2 squads. First one, they made it. Second one, they also made it, despite having Desperation Morale. So that's great. Okay, so that should be all for the rally phase, and now German prep fire phase. They haven't anyone they can shoot at. They are broken, and now they want to fire here. Because this is dangerous situation, so it's 6 and 8 in the column of 6. This is nothing, right? Right, that's nothing. They are firing here. Oh no, sorry, no defensive fire, but prep fire instead. They have 6 +2. This is 7, 7 in the column of 6. This is morale check. So Soviet leader, he breaks. Come on, they just rallied themselves and now they are broke. And squad made it, but now squad has to undergo morale check because of the leader, and they are fine. They are firing on them, so this is 12 plus 3. It's 8, so this is morale check, and Soviet made it. And Soviet goes berserk. Yes, during the morale check, right? Not only during rally. Let me see. This is something that I always have to check. Yeah, because during morale check, right, I was right. So that's for them. This squad fires here, or maybe there. Yeah, they are going to fire here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they are in the range. So this is 8 plus 1 because they are in the wood building. 8 plus 1 is 9. No effect. Okay. That's all for this part of the board and that part of the board. I want this Stuk to move, so I'm not going to fire. Same day. I need to move them because, well, I already lost two Stuks, so I need to get rid of this Soviet T-34 before it will destroy more of them. So I'm not going to fire with this or that. Although this one, well, you know, this one is 100mm and 5, and this one is more suitable to fire on enemy infantry than vehicles because it owns high explosive ammo only. But anyway, I need to get out of here with it, and then I'm not going to fire with it. And these two are armed with anti-tank guns and ammo, so they will be needed here. Okay, so that's all for the vehicles, and now other German units. This is 8 plus 3 minus 1, so 8 plus 2, 8, normal morale check, passed, and 8, they passed because they are in the factory, so they are fanatic. No other Germans in the factory, safe to them, but they are broken. Oh no, wait, there is one unit which is not broken here. Okay, so it can fire. They fire here with 8 plus 3. No, they failed. And that's all. So now we go to the German movement phase. Nothing to do here. I'm still holding these buildings. I will probably lose this building, but that's not a big problem. Soviets need to capture 2 of my buildings, so we will see if they will be able to do so. And now here. This vehicle moves here, and now this tank makes defensive fire versus the moving vehicle, and it will be hard because first we have a moving vehicle, so we get -2, and we are firing through the wreck, and wreck provides some obstacle, I believe, to the line of sight when we are firing through the wreck hex on the hex which is adjacent to wreck. This is the issue, because let me see. I can't find it actually. Let me, well, let give me some time. No, the rulebook says that Rex can provide cover for the infantry and against anti-tank weapons. So looks like here I have no problem with this Rex. If this is wrong, please correct me. So now I need 10 and -2 because I am firing onto the moving target. So it's 7. +2, 9, I hit this Stück, and now my 2 kill number. I'm firing on it from the rear, so I need 10 because I'm firing with anti-tank 76mm gun, and it is Stück, so I have +1 for my die roll. And this is 2, so this Stück is down. Let's flip it, and now let's roll for the crew survival. No effect, so nothing to do anymore here. This tank did its job, destroying a second German Stück. Now the other German vehicles. This one goes, and now it wants to reverse. 1, 2, 3, 2.5. Sorry, 1, 2. It spent 1 movement point here to change its facing. 1.5. 2, 2.5, 3, and now they want to attack it and immobilize it. They are in the big building, and when a unit in the big building wants to make a direct attack versus vehicle, they need 4. They need 4. So first they have to undergo morale check. They failed, so they cannot make this attack. And now I can continue my movement. So I go here, rotate right. Okay, I will stay like, no, I'm going to change like this. And now I can move closer to them, so I will have nice -2 modifier for firing on the adjacent hex, but the problem is that if I will enter this hex, then all these Soviets here will be able to attack me. So I have to, well, I will take this risk. So now they can try to attack me. First they are attacking from the small building, so they need 3. I think, but first of all they have to undergo morale check. They passed, and now they are attacking from the small building. They need 3. Failed. Now these 2 squads. First one, they passed, and now they attack. Nothing. And the second squad, they passed, and they are attacking. Oh, they were close, but no. So none of them was able to immobilize this vehicle, and now it stops here. Now this Stück. I want it. I would like to move it somewhere here to take care of these two Soviet tanks here, but riding through this road will bring a risk of being attacked by multiple Soviet units. So something I would rather like to avoid. So I will simply move one hex here. Yes, I'm going to keep it as a support for the factory assault. So that's all for the German Stücks, and now German infantry. This one is going to remain here. No Soviets here, but I need to get back to this building because they are going to kill all my commanders soon. 1, 2. I think no Soviets can see me. Well, I would, ha ha ha, I want to. They can see me. I think. Yes, so first they have to announce that they are firing. And let's see. Yeah, they have a line of sight. So it's 4 minus 2. It's 8, so it's 6. 6 in the column of 4. This is morale check for German leader. And he made it. So he wants to stay. He's not going to move any further, because if he would move, then he would bring enemy fire on himself. So he's going to stay here, and he will move later during the advance phase. So that's all for him. Now, any other Germans? No, that's all for the German movement. There wasn't much of movement for Germans now, and next we have Soviet defensive fire phase. So they are firing here, so they have 12 and 6, so this is 18 plus 3. 12 in the column of 16, no effect. This tank fires here again, so it hits, and now 7 plus 3, no effect, and now it's machine gun 4 plus 3, no effect. Nothing to do here, nothing there, and now here. So they are firing on this hex, so they have 8 plus 3, and they have their firepower doubled, so they have 16 plus 3. It's 8 in the 16, morale check plus 1. So the broken German squad, 7 plus 1, 8, they passed, and this squad, 3 plus 1, they passed. Fantastic. Who else? Well, there is a single squad here. Well, it won't hurt to try. I'm firing here. 4 plus 3. No effect. And now there. They don't have any good position to fire. I mean, they haven't any weapons that can damage this tank, so that's all. And I think that this is everything. Well, no. They can attack this commander. But no, there is a wreck here, and when infantry fires through the wreck, I think it works just like a vehicle. So yes, I can fire only on the adjacent hex, so nothing. So I cannot fire at him. And that's all for the Soviet defensive fire. So let's remove defensive fire markers and track markers. Now German advancing fire. Hmm. Well, I want to fire with this Stuck against this T-34. No, I cannot. Ha ha ha! I cannot. Why? Because this is advancing fire, and Stucks which moved cannot fire in the advancing fire phase. Yeah, my mistake. Horrible. And so it cannot fire. And that would be all for the advancing fire. I haven't any opportunities to make advancing fire now. So no advancing fire markers. And next we have German road phase. So this squad has to road. It roads here, but can I? No, because they have this hex in their firepower and in their line of sight. So no, they cannot advance here because this hex is in the line of sight of this Soviet squad. So they are dead. Who else? These two squads have to retreat. They are retreating here. They can. There are no Soviet units that can see and fire on this hex. And then they are routing here, inside this building. So that's all for the German road. Yes, now Soviets. I see no options where Soviets have to road. No. So no road phase for Soviets. And next we have German advance phase. This squad hasn't any places where it can successfully attack. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to do this only because if I won't be able to kill these berserkers, they will attack me anyway, and I can use them as kinda shield. So Soviets won't fire on the hex that contains their comrades too. So that's all. This leader moves here. Nothing else to do here. Nothing else to do there as well. So that's all for the German advance phase and the close combat. We have one close combat to resolve, which takes place here. So I have 6 versus 4. So Germans have 3 to 2 and Soviets have 1 to 2. So Germans need 4, 6 and Soviets need 4. So Germans, they failed, Soviets, they also failed, so the battle turns into melee. And that's all for the German actions in the turn 5. We are reaching turn 6, so we are getting close to the end of the battle. These are only 2 turns left, and the death piles are impressive. So, rally phase of the turn 6. We are starting with Soviets, so this commander here, 9, he fails. This machine gun. Sorry, it was already disabled, so it was pointless to roll for it. Next. This squad cannot be rallied. This squad is back to normal. Nothing to do here and there. So that's all for the Soviet rally phase, and now German rally phase. No commander here, but there is commander here, so he tries to rally these two squads. First one, 6 plus 4, no effect. Second, also no effect. So I can remove Desperation Morale. That's all. Nothing there. And this one, 3, they are back to normal. Nothing else to do for the rally phase, and now Soviet prep fire phase. So this tank continues shelling these hacks. So this is hit, and now no effect. And now machine gun 4, and wow, it's 5. 5 in the column of 4. This is morale check +1. And Germans survived this. No good. Now, this tank, well, I will have to think what I can do, what I want to do with this tank, because the problem is that I still have to capture 2 buildings that were initially controlled by Germans. So this or that, because this one is in my range. They will try to get it, but I have to do something about this or that building. And this building is probably the better idea, so I'm going to fire on this hex. 8, so I hit, and now how good? 6 plus 3, 9, no effect. This might end with draw, I think, with Soviets being able to hold this factory, but unable to capture enough buildings on this hex, on this board. So nothing to do here, and now there. This Soviet vehicle might try to hit on this Stuk. It has to let me see. Yes, this is tank that fires outside of its covered arc. So now it has +2 because it fires out of its covered arc, but now it has -2 because it fires on the adjacent vehicle. So these two modifiers are nullifying each other themselves. So I can still fire on this Stuk, and I need 10 to hit. I hit. And now to kill, I need 6 because I'm firing from the front, and +1 because this is Stuk. And I got it. I needed 6. I got 5 + 1, 6. So Stuk is dead. Let's roll for the crew survival. Nothing. No one survived. So this tank is definitely my Panzer Ace, or so should I say, tankowy ace, because it destroyed 1, 2, 3, 4 German Stuks. Amazing. Well, mostly due of my mistakes, but well, who cares? Now. This hex contains no German units, so I don't have anyone to fire here. I don't have anyone to fire there. Yes, so I don't have anyone to fire. So that's all for the German Soviet prep fire, and now we go to the Soviet movement phase. They can still fire at me if I will get onto this hex, but I will take my risk. I am moving here, and now they are firing with 4 plus 3 and -1. So 4 plus 2, no effect. Let's place a target marker. And now this squad moves here. They are firing with 6 -2. 5 in the column of 6. This is morale check +1, I think. Yes. And they are broken. I had 12 of these 6 to 8 squads, and now only 3 of them remains, with 2 of them broken. Ugh, that's so bad. This one crawls here, and they are fire with 6 +1. Wow! 3 in the column of 6, killed in action. Off to graveyard. So I think that defenders of these buildings are definitely heroes of this battle on the German side. They are doing splendid job. This one moves here. This one walks there, and they can fire at him. So they have 12 +3. It's 8 in the column of 12. This is morale check +1. And they are berserkers, so they are... Oh, sorry. First of all, yes, they are berserkers. So due to this fact, they have to move as close to the enemy unit as possible. So they need to move here, and now they can fire at them. They have 8, so this is 16 -2. And this is 8 -2, so it's 6. This is a morale check, so they are safe. And now they are firing with 8 -3. And this is 5 -3, it's 2, so they are dead. And these berserkers are kinda kamikaze so far. They are simply dying without much of effect. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are firing at them with 12 +3. It's 10. No effect. One, 1.5. And here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1.5, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. They are firing with 4, so it's 8 because of the building. So it's 8 and +3 -2. So it's 8 +1, 4. In the 8, this is morale check +2, and Soviets made it. They move here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1. 1, 2, 3. They are taking this German light machine gun. 1, 2, 3. And they carry this light machine gun. and 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my Soviet offensive here. Still I'm holding these 2 hexes, so that's fine. And I think that's all for the Soviet movement. Yes, that's all for the Soviet movement. So next we have German defensive fire phase. They already fired, so they cannot. They all fired here, so nothing to do. This Stuk fires on this hex. It has its gun damaged. Come on, that was disaster. They are firing here with 16 plus 3 minus 1. So it's 16 plus 2. It's 8. 8 in the column of 16. Morale check plus 1. So the first Soviet squad, 8 plus 1, they are broken. And this one, 8 plus 1, they are dead. And nothing else to do for Germans. So this concludes defensive fire. Let's remove track markers. Next we have Soviet advancing fire. And now this one moved, so it can make an advancing fire here. So it will be 2 plus 2. No effect. All this moved. Well, I can fire here with 2 plus 3. And whoop, this is 6 in the column of 2. No effect. I need natural 2 to score something. So nothing else. And now there. They are firing here with 8 plus 3. It is 8, so this is morale check. For the German leader, he made it. And now squad 9 minus 2, so he made it. That's all for the Soviets, I think. Well, they have a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, so no, they are out of the range. So no. And this concludes Soviet advance phase. So let's remove advancing fire phase. Next we have Soviet road phase. How many squads do I have here? 1, 2. So this one can road. Nothing to road here. And he roads on the commander hex. So that's all for the Soviet road. And now Germans. No one has to road, so that's all for the road phase. And now advance phase. So they advance here. A commander is going to stay here to just to be safe. They are advancing there. These berserkers are advancing here. I will have two Soviet squad, two Soviet squads. So this one also advances here. I will have 3 Soviet squads on this hex. This one moves there. This one moves here. and that's all. And this one advances into the factory. I will take a commander with me. This one advances here, and now there. 1, 1, 1. Here they are advancing here. And this unit moves here. He will remain there. So that's all for the Soviet advance. Yes, that's all for the Soviet advance. And next, oh, I forgot to place close combat marker. And now close combat. First here. What do we have here? 4, 8 and 12 versus 4. So this is 3-1 for Soviets, and German squad attacks single Soviet squad, so it has 1-1. So Soviets need 8 and Germans need 5. Soviets? No. Germans? No. So the melee continues. And now here. Soviets have 2 squads, so they are attacking Germans with 2-1, and Germans are attacking single Soviet squad with a leader, so they have 1-1 and -2. So Soviets need 5, Germans need Soviets need 7, Germans need 5, but they have -2. So Soviets, they didn't make it. Germans 3, they made it. So one of the Soviet squads is dead, and the melee continues. And that's the end of the Soviet actions in the turn 6. So German half of the turn 6 and rally phase. So this commander tries to rally these 2 squads. First one, nothing. Second squad, nothing. Oh, very bad. No, no, no. They are fine. He hasn't anything to do. So that's all. And oh no, this I can try to repair this Stuck's gun. Nope, it remains broken. So that's all for the Germans, and now Soviets. Here 3, they are back to normal. Here 10, no effect. Here 8, but it is -1 because of the leader, so they are back to normal. And there, nothing. So that's all for the German rally phase. Now German defensive prep fire phase. So he fires there 4 + 3 -1. 8 + 2, no effect. They are firing here, so this is 6 and 4. So this is 8 + 3, 10, no effect. He fires here, so this is 6 + 1, 8, so it's 9, no effect. They are firing here, so they have 12 + 3, 9 in the 12. I think this is a hit. Let me check. Yes, this is morale check. So first squad breaks, the second squad, it's fine. So this one breaks. And they are marked as prep fire. They haven't anyone in their line of sight, I think. No, they haven't. And now there. They can fire here, so this is 16 plus 1. It's 5 plus 1, it's 6. 6 in the column of 16. This is morale check plus 2 for the Soviet crew. And Soviet crew passes. Amazing. I didn't expect this actually. So prep fire. And that's all for the Germans. Yeah, that's all for the Germans. So next we have German movement phase. Nothing to do here. Well, I wonder if I should move... no. I had an idea of moving this squad from here with this heavy machine gun, but why I am not going to do so? This is one of the buildings that are initially occupied by Germans. So if I would leave this building, and if Soviets would be able to occupy this building, then they will get a victory point. So now I'm going to stay here and protect this building. So no movement here, nothing to do there, and not much to do here as well. I will change my commander. Oh no, sorry, I cannot because he fired, so he cannot be used for movement, no. This battle has already its commander, so I don't need another commander here. And well, that's all. I haven't much else to do with German movement. This Stuk is going to remain here. It's not moving, and since it has its main armament, main gun broken, I don't have any other use for it. So that's all. And now Soviet defensive fire phase. So they are firing here, 6 plus 2, 9, no effect. This tank fires here, it misses. This squad with a leader, let's place him above. I believe I forgot about him, his rally, but no. Let's make it. So it's 8 plus 3, no effect. Now here, 6 and 10. So they are firing here with 8 plus 3, 9, no effect. There. This tank fires on this hex, so it will be... Do I have a line of sight here? No, I don't have a line of sight because there is this building that blocks my line of sight onto the versus this hex. So no, I cannot do so. And now there is a melee here, so I cannot fire on this hex either. This group declares that it wants to fire here. But first, I check the line of sight, so it counts as a fire. So I have to mark this gun as this tank as firing, and make a roll, because there is still a chance that it will damage its gun. No, it doesn't. And now they want to fire here. Let me check their line of sight. They have a line of sight, so now they have 6, 2, 6, 8, 12 and 16. So it's 16 plus 3 and 7. 7 in the column of 16, this is morale check plus 2. So German leader, he made it, and the first German squad, no, they break. And the second German squad, they pass. And that's all? No, that's not all. I am firing here, so I have 8 plus 3. This is 8. This is 5 plus 3, so 8 normal morale check. And this commander is broken. So that's all for the Soviet defensive fire. We can remove all the defensive fire. I believe there weren't any track markers, but let's check. Now German advancing fire. No, I believe there aren't any chances for Germans to perform any advancing fire. No, nothing. So we can remove these markers. And next we have road phase. So this commander roads here. I think this hex is safe, and he gets there. This squad remains broken here, nothing to do there. This Soviet squad moves here and there onto the commander. And that's all for the road phase. Next we have German advance phase. So can I advance anywhere? This commander needs to stay here. I wanted to move him there, but he needs to rally his troops on this hex first. Now this commander moves here, and he's replaced with better commander. So that's all. Nothing else to do in the German advance. And now close combat. First here. Germans have 4 versus 4, so it's 1-to-1 for both sides, but Germans have -2 for the leader. So both sides need 5. Germans, nothing, and Soviets, they made it. So German squad and the German leader are dead. And now there. Soviets have 4, 8 and 12 versus 4. So it's 3-to-1. So they are attacking with 8, and Germans are targeting a single Soviet squad, so they need 5. So Germans, they made it. Soviets, they made it. So Soviets are losing a single squad, and Germans are losing their squad too. Acceptable level of losses, like the Soviet commander would say. So that's the end of the close combat phase, and this concludes German actions in the turn 6. We are moving to the turn 7, which is going to be the last turn of the game. So we are going to end this battle now. Let's carry on. I believe this is going to end with a draw, because Soviets have a little chance to capture yet another German building now. So I think I can play only a Soviet turn now, because if Soviets won't be able to size another building on this board, on this half of the board, it will be a draw. But we will see. We are starting with rally phase, so this Soviet leader rallies himself. He fails. This Soviet leader tries to rally this squad. He made it. Now this one. He fails. Now Nothing to rally here. No. And Germans. German commander tries to rally this squad. No, he fails because of the desperation morale marker. They try to repair this Stuck, and no. This leader tries to rally himself. He fails. And that's all. Nothing to do more in the rally phase. Well, no, this German commander. Now, he tries to rally these two squads. First one, they rally. Second one, they rally. So they are back to normal. And that's all for the rally phase. So next we have to go with Soviet prep fire phase. What Soviets can do? They can try to assault this building, but I see a little chance to do so. Or they can try to drive Germans from from this building and seize it. Both of these actions sounds like a mission impossible, but if Soviets want to win, they have to go risky. So I will try to do so. And now, what I'm going to do? I am I am attacking. I'm not making any actions of this in the prepare phase. And so do I here. Here I am firing on this hex with this stack, so 6, 8, 12 and 16. So it's 16 plus 3. It's 9. 9 in the column of 16. This is morale check plus 1. So German leader, he passes. German squad, they pass. And that's all. All I wanted to do was to driving Germans off this building, and I made it. So Germans here are only in this building all alone. Not much of them remains. Oh, and I forgot to remove melee marker. And I control the factory without problems. And now I am moving into the German movement phase, Soviet movement phase. So I will try to... They are in the stone building. They are in the stone building too. So what I can do? So I'm starting with this tank. It goes 1. And now these Soviets, these Germans are trying to attack it. So they have to take morale check. They fail, so they cannot. It is half, 1, half, 2, a half, 3, a half, 4, a half, 6, and now these 3 are trying to take immobilization attempt. They are in the small building, so they need 3. Of course, they have to undergo morale checks first. So first one, he passes, and now he attacks. He fails. Second one, he fails, so he cannot take it. And the third one, he makes, and now he makes his attack. He fails, so they cannot do so. And now this tank overruns them. They are in the wood building, so I can. But first, since I am entering wood building, I need to take a check if my tank won't be immobilized. I need to make a single die roll, and if I will roll 6, then the vehicle is immobilized. 4K, that's fine. So now I can make an overrun attack. A tank with fully operational gun and machine gun attacks in the overrun attack with firepower of 16. So they take my attack with 16 firepower and +2 because of the wood building. It's 9 +2 is 11, so this is no effect. And now I'm going to leave this building, but the only hex where I can live is this wood hex. And since this is a wood hex, I also have to make a check for possible immobilization. So let's make a roll. I am fine, and I am finishing my movement here. So that's all. That wasn't working how I planned it to. So now this tank, it's going to do the same. So 1. Now these Germans are trying to immobilize it. They are in the big building, so they get plus. They need 4. But first they have to undergo morale check. They fail, so nothing. It continues its movement here, so they also try to immobilize it. They fail. So it was 1, 1.5, 2.5, 3. They try to immobilize it. They passed and they failed to immobilize. 3.5, 4. They do immobilization attempt. First one, morale check, passes. Immobilization attempt. 3. I believe they made it. Yes, this tank is immobilized. Where it is. Vehicle status, yes, immobilized. Okay, so that's unfortunate. But well, I tried. So next, I'm going to move 1, 2, and then onto this hex. I'm using this tank's cover, so they are firing at me with 12, so this is 24, minus 1 for the leader, and +2 for the tank protection. So this is 24 minus +1. And 10, so it's 11. 11 in the 24, this is morale check +1. And I made it, so that's great. Place defensive fire and target marker. And they remain here. Now this group. 1. They are firing at them. This is A6 minus 2. Oh hell, that's 4. 4 minus 2 is 2 in the column of 4, killed in action. So sadly they are dead. Defensive fire. And now this squad. 1, 1.5, 2. They are firing at them with 8 plus 8 plus 2. Sorry, 8 minus 2. It's 9, so it's 7. 7 in the column of 8, this is morale check +1. And 9, so they are broken. No. I really tried my best to get inside this building, but well, looks like I wasn't able to do so. And now Any other Soviets? Well, I need someone here, because otherwise Germans can capture this building. So 1, and now they are firing. It is 6 minus 2. It's 4 in the column of 6. This is morale check plus 2. 10, no effect, they are broken. Oh, I made a mistake. I don't want the movement trail of this squad. But I want target hex. Okay. This squad with a leader, it moves 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. So I will be able to size this hex, and that's all. I'm not doing much here because, well, this is not going to change anything, but I still can use this tank. Oh, I forgot about it. So it spends 1 movement point to rotate. So 1, 2, 2.5, 4.5, 5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5. Now they are trying to immobilize it. They passed morale check and they failed to immobilize it. 7, 8. They are trying to immobilize it. No, they cannot. 8.5, 9, 10, 10.5, 11. Rotate, right? 11. Now for the wood building I need 4 movement points, so it's 11, 15. Now I am taking a check for immobilization, no, and now I'm attacking them with 16 plus 2. It's 11. No, no effect. No effect. So my tank rides here. Come on. That was extremely unlucky. Alright, so that's all. I don't have much to do here because it's not going to change my situation. The Germans doesn't have enough units to even capture 6 hexes of this factory, while I am controlling this. So this here the victory is undisputable for Germans, for Soviets, and now here the situation is different. So now that was all for the Soviet movement, and now we have German defensive fire phase. They all fired. Firing here is not going to change anything because I'm holding this building and there is no way that Soviets are going to grab it. So that's all. Let's remove defensive fire markers, and next let's go and resolve advancing fire. So they are firing on this stack. So this is 6 plus 3. Or maybe here. No, I'm going to fire here. I have 6 plus 2. It's 10, no effect. And now any other no any other advancing fire. So next we have a road phase. This one is rotated because it is adjacent to the enemy unit, and now it has to road. it cannot rotate here because this tank has can fire at any direction, and due to this fact it is eliminated because it cannot retreat anywhere. It goes to graveyard, and this one retreats here. It has to leave machine gun, and that's all. And now Soviets. Oh, sorry, they have to retreat here. They are taking this building. They are moving here, and that's all for the Soviets. No close combat, and that's the end of the Soviet actions. Or maybe I will go here, simply to have my firepower in use, and that's the end of the close combat, and that's the end of the Soviet actions. And now we have German half of the last turn. So now, Soviets, I think Soviets are going to lose this battle. Why? I mean, there will be a draw, because they hold this building, but they don't hold, they hold this building. So they have captured two buildings that were controlled by Germans. So that's good. But now they have to keep control over this building until the end of the German phase. So now we are starting with German defensive fire, prep fire phase, and this stack fires here. So this is 24 plus 2 minus 1. So if they will survive this fire, there will be a chance for them to win. Otherwise, no. So 24 versus plus 1, and let's make a roll. It's 8, so it's 9. 9 in the 24, this is morale check plus 2. 9, so they are dead. I mean, they are broken, sorry. Place desperation morale. Okay, so this effectively ends the game with a draw. Why? Because they will have to retreat out of this building, and the Germans will be able to take it back during their advance phase. And this means that the Soviets won't be able to capture two buildings that were initially occupied by Germans at the beginning of the game. So this ends the game with a draw, since Soviets won on this part of the board. So the tractor works scenario is won by Soviets, but this scenario ends with a draw because Soviets weren't able to satisfy their victory conditions. So Germans won here, Soviets won there. I think that Soviets were pretty close to winning. If these overruns wouldn't be such ineffective as they were, then they would probably win. Because if I would be able to break this stack with my tanks, then the situation would be completely different. But my tanks had bad luck. They were very lucky with destroying German self-propelled guns, but they weren't that lucky with these attacks. So that will be all. I probably made a couple of small or bigger mistakes, but I think in general it was quite a balanced battle. Both sides had a good or bad sides, and you can see that elite forces of both sides were literally slaughtered. German combat engineers in these buildings were obliterated. There is only one fully strength unit and the other one which is broken. Soviet elite infantry was also obliterated. There are only 3 of them of the 12 remain, and 2. This is ordinary infantry, so only 2 of them are remaining, both of them broken. So this was a slaughter. Even my German Death Star on this hex was eventually destroyed by the Soviet tanks. As for the tank combat, Soviets proved to be better. Their tanks destroyed four of the five Soviet self-propelled guns, German self-propelled guns, and the last German self-propelled gun was damaged, well, by its own. So that would be the end of this battle. It was a long battle, but I wanted to record it because it is pretty cool battle, and I strongly recommend you to play it because you can do a lot of fancy stuff. I think I never used sever movement in this battle, but I haven't any good use for that actually. So that's all for this game, and bye.